And we're back with more OmOneko and more Drunk Taco.
You didn't record the joke that I had before. That was funny.
Sorry, I let you down.
Let me try the cable. He's playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Understandable.
So MC-kun has excellent taste then.
Meanwhile, Clockwork is seething and balding because he's like, it's not balanced, guys. It's not balanced, he says, while playing Jada of all characters.
That's the point, though. The game is not balanced, and therefore it's balanced, and that nobody is balanced.
You know what? I want him to play Heritage for the future, and so he understands the pure jank that is 90s Capcom. Because I get the sense that Clockwork doesn't understand 90s Capcom.
Maybe not.
I get the sense that he is so used to, like, Street Fighter 4, where everything is super balanced and everything is, like, hones to a gnat's ass. Welcome to polished fighting game. Whereas, like, welcome to CPS02. Things are very strange. Certain characters are just blatantly better than others. What are you thinking? This is a Capcom 90s anime fighter. Welcome to Jankville. And Population U.
And that's the fun. That's the fun of it.
Yes.
So, you see everyone, I didn't really talk about it on stream, so now is probably the best time to talk about it, is you know that, like, heartbreaking entire bit with Shimi we had, like, 2 or 3 chapters ago? I
am aware, yes.
You recorded that, like, the day after I took my cat to the vet. And let me tell you, I sympathize with cats more than I do with most people.
Well, cats are cute and
they
small.
They are. And they're shockingly intelligent when they're not being shockingly stupid. So the thing is, TLDR, intro is already running too long. I wanted to stop for just a moment and extend a thanks to my viewers, because, like, for a time I and the channel were kind of in a slump, and now we're picking up momentum again, and now YouTube has, like, this hype feature. So I'm just gonna shill just one time, do that whole like, comment, subscribe, and hype. Apparently, it helps.
Like, commend, subscribe, and hype.
Yes, and all that helps us out a lot. And I want to always move forward with a spirit of gratitude behind everything.
To prove the justice of our culture.
Also that. And it's also a question of, like, we wouldn't have gone through so many hours of this and so many, like, roller coaster emotional moments and have 2 whole bags if the game devs from Tail Chaser didn't reach out to me. And so I just want to thank them again for doing exactly that. If you are an indie dev with a game or a demo, please hit me up. I am super, super excited to try it.
Yes,
so thank you.
We joke. Yes, thank you. And we joke on this game, but we honestly are really invested.
Yes.
And it is. I have to emphasize, as inebriated as I am, I have drunk entirely too much for this. I just want the Tail Chaser devs to know the amount of alcohol that I have drunk for this is significantly more than usual. But I have decided to stick to the bit, and I am almost always drunk when I am here with Snek. And we have really enjoyed it. The professor didn't really go into the fact that, yes, in fact, actually, right after we did the bit with Shimi, Lady Lila got very sick, and there was kind of a, oh God, this is all coming together type of situation.
It was a little uncanny, I'll be honest.
Yes. But everything's better, and we just want you to know that, yes, we really appreciate it. I feel like bad because I've kind of been guiding things because I actually really like Shimi, and I feel bad for her, and she deserves all the head pats.
She does.
In my jaded tsundere little heart that I have. But with that in mind, in a heart full of gratitude and a heart full of love, let us continue.
Yes. Absolutely. And those who are worried, Lila's doing a lot better now. We got her on an antibiotic, and they gave her a lion shape, which is honestly hilarious. She's like 50% smaller than she used to be because of it. And she's actually become
She's
a
a
lap cat.
Himalayan.
She
She's a
is,
Himalayan. She's
yes.
actually much smaller than she looks. Yes.
Yes. And now she wants to be a lap cat. So, like, almost every afternoon when I get home from work, she wants to be in my lap and get attention. It's like a whole new cat, honestly.
You know, she probably realized, I'm like, oh my God, human can pet cat?
Took her a while to
Wow.
put it together, but I think we're finally in a good place, which is nice. And protecting
Yes.
people will always be a top priority. Remember, if you see one Nope, it's not the connection. Naughty Pepper.
Naughty Pepper.
Claudia mumbles under her breath as her eyes dart from me to the television. I'm doing my best to get it working, but all I can think about is Shimi. She's been gone for 3 days. And just like that, suddenly I'm tracking time again. Not having Goro or Mia around, I've had no real plans or appointments to mark events. I
You know,
only really noticed time passing since she's gone.
you know, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the fact that like, okay, can I do like a Ditaku, moment here?
Sure.
Okay, just as a commiseration and a kind of a thing. I when I was about 4 years ago now, um, the long runners will know that something happened and I had to leave. I had a medical emergency that forced me to leave Sneckburg, and things got kind of dicey for everybody involved, and I apologize. But I have just now gotten back to working. And so there's been many, many years, many months where I've had to basically be unemployed just because my body is not well enough to be able to do. So I am not experiencing the same thing that MC Kun did. He and I are doing very different things, but I have experienced just like there are periods where I feel listless and rudderless and like I can't work, but I don't have to worry about that because I have other things, other means. But I have never been in a situation where like, I wonder what day it is today. Because I'm always thinking about what day it is because it's like if it's not just what bills I have to pay, it's like what's going on with my family, what's going on with my friends, what's going on just in the world in general. So like I don't understand what like pie in the sky like perfect life MC Kun has, such that he's not even thinking about like his electrical bill because I mean even if he has the money to pay for it, he still has to pay it.
Yep. That is true.
So
All true.
that's all that was.
No, makes sense.
Like, damn, I wish I could just be like, yeah, I wonder what day it is today.
It sure is convenient to just not worry about that. And I keep having the strangest dreams. This TV is older than we are. Claudia stops anxiously.
Strangest dreams. There's this vampire in Egypt, and he's always like, you're looking at me, Joseph Joestar.
Oh crap, he's
You're
on to
going
me! Not the popo,
going-
I can't do another nickel!
You're going to juggle me, aren't you? But not if I rush you down first.
No crap!
It's going to be one of those days again, isn't it? Snek thought to himself.
Yep, this is happening. Claudia
But
stops
joke's on him. I know Jitaku can't do the time stop challenge.
The duck is not with him, so he cannot stop time.
No, it's not. I have never been able to do time stop reliably. That's such a hard combo.
Claudia stops anxiously tugging her hair and giggles. You're watching Police Show, live and uncensored ride-alongs with... Sorry, Claudia, I think it's the broadcast. Remember this
Next
happened
on
before?
Cat Cops.
Cat Cops! Let's try it again later. Claudia's pout and my matching mood are interrupted by the refrigerator's chime. I thought Pepper stopped leaving it open. It's really freaking annoying, and since she's going to get a story time tonight, you figure she'd be less of a pain in the ass. Apparently not. Pepper,
Oh, MC-kun, what a naive summer child you are. Don't you know?
you are making a lot of assumptions about cat behavior.
Don't you? You're assuming a lot that this is Pepper that's leaving it open. You don't know that it's not Shimi who's like, doing this.
Oh,
Speak
that
of the
was
devil.
weirdly cognizant there. Shimi.
I am a smart Pugum.
Shimi,
You
home.
can quote me on that.
Yes, you're.
I am a smart Pugum 2021.
She's back. Surprise and joy wash over me, followed by something darker. I want to move to Shimi to close the distance between us, but I can't. My feet refuse to budge. Claudia enters the kitchen to greet Shimi, but also
Shimi, I
freezes
hate to
in
tell you this,
place.
but you smell like butt. You smell like dirt.
You smell like a butt, and you appear to be covered in the blood of your enemies, which I didn't know that you were, a Saiyan. So good.
I mean, more
good,
power to you.
Good to learn.
I'm glad that you're. I'm glad to know that you leveled up some, but is that blood or is that just dirt? That looks like dirt to me.
It's hard to tell. Shimi briefly regards Claudia, then turns her attention and flat stare back at me.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna say this.
All right,
ladies and gentlemen. I know this for a fact. I know this because this happened to me. This is the thing. Blood would be a darker shade of reddish brown. That is dirt.
None of us move.
Yeah.
Shimi holds a can of crushed tomatoes. Its bottom edge.
What is with this? What would she like? Her old family were like Italians, and they're like, "Mamma mia,
she's like Garfield. She grew up in the kitchen of an Italian restaurant.
Mamma mia, Shimi, we couldn't sell the last pizza, so we are going to starve. But you need to go, and you need to keep this last can of crushed tomatoes." And now I'm kind of veering into an Irish.
Yeah, I was about to say you were moving across continental Europe there.
We're Irish Italians, don't.
Shimi holds a can of crushed tomatoes. Its bottom edge is dented in. The can and her hand are coated in thick crimson muck. In her other hand, Shimi holds a canvas sack. Dark red stains leach across the fabric.
Oh no, she literally ran away from the circus.
Blood. The whole bag has a gamey stink like old grease mixed with roadkill. It's packed to capacity with whatever Shimi has brought back with her.
Okay, that actually is blood.
Yeah. Before our eyes, Shimi drops the can and upends the sack, spilling the contents on the kitchen floor. 4 very dead... Wait. 4 rats completely filled a full-sized canvas bag?
Maybe these are big rats and this is a small bag.
That's possible. That's horrifying regardless. That's a lot of rats.
All right. Hold on. Okay, if we're thinking about this in terms of like, if you get a Trader Joe's canvas bag. All right. And you're talking about, assume for an instant that one of these rats is about the size of a French bulldog.
Okay.
That stands to reason that 4 of them would fill up one of these small Trader Joe's canvas bags.
Okay.
Now, if it's one of those big ones, I could be like, okay, that's a little bit much, but I don't know. There's a lot of ifs in this calculus, and I will freely admit that I am also, once again, very inebriated.
Fair.
So my volume, my spatial math is not particularly good, but
understandable.
Thinking about it in that regard, I'm like, okay, this kind of sort of makes sense.
Fair. 4 very dead rats in their wet guts slop haphazardly out of the bag, landing in a gory pile.
Nekos aren't known for their industry. She's not going to be curing them, I guess.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah, that's fair. Ooze and other unsavory juices spread onto front's pristine tile. The room fills with their eye-watering stink.
You know what that's called, ladies and gentlemen? That's called offal. That's OFFAL.
And it's awful, all right.
It's offal.
I know. I know.
Dingus.
That's the joke.
Is it really? You need to go back to vocabulary jail.
I just got out of there. They kept making stupid jokes at the pier about, sardine to cause haddock, but salmon's got to do it.
why I put up with this. I don't know why I put up with this at all. I could be drawing risque comics right now.
But instead you're here suffering fish puns. So,
Yeah.
barramundi as I do. For the hell of it.
You should be happy that you are on the other side of the country. Otherwise, I would punch you.
Come on, that was pretty good.
No, I would punch you for that.
Each rodent's body is the length
you,
of my elbow to my fingertip.
That's called a cubit.
Up to my shoulder, if you include the tail. They're skinny and mangled, clearly having come to a violent... You think? One rat's skull is crushed in.
You know what? So if she's about as tall as a human male, that would be about the size of a French bulldog.
Yep.
Those are not small animals.
No.
Good Lord, what are the rats of this world like?
Horrifying. One rat's skull's crushed in, the flattened head revealing its ruined brain to the late morning sunlight. Another rat's been sliced open from belly to throat. They did not go quietly into that dark night. Into that sheamy night. Pepper appears...
I have to wonder how the heck she did this. Because Shimi doesn't use tools, near as I can tell.
Well,
she's not like
it's not to say
our girl
she
Pepper.
Couldn't, but if she did that by hand, that is particularly brutal work.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Oh my wa, moshinderu.
Yeah. Pepper appears, her breath immediately quickens in sudden nervous pants. It's been a long time since I've ever seen one of these nasty bastards, not since she was a kitten in Goro's parents' basement. Snatching one up, Pepper grimaces. In an almost reflexive move, she immediately twists the ruined body of the rat until its spine audibly crackles in several distinct snaps. Ugh, God, that hurts. That hurts to just think about, and it's worse. I met this girl. She went to the same church as me at the time, and she was born with some kind of condition where they had to replace several of her spinal platelets with like artificial discs. And so she had the ability to turn 180 degrees on her waist and pop every single joint in her spine.
Oh.
Straight up horror movie stuff.
You know the funny thing is, too?
What's that?
The funny thing about that? You know Ichigo?
Yeah.
She actually, because of her medical accidents,
right,
she had to have a bit of her spine fused.
Right.
So she's actually more cyborg than I am.
Fair.
So it's not a coincidence that I call her Ichigo, by the way.
Fair.
I don't think she can do the 180 degrees thing, partially because, well, she's not nearly as nimble.
Right.
But yeah, good Lord, that's horrifying, even thinking about that.
You're welcome for that visual image. It didn't hurt her at all. She could just do it at command.
I mean, okay, you know the stereotypical like neck snapping thing where you like grab someone at the top of their head, the neck and the bottom of their head. I knew a guy who would do that to himself, and I was just like wincing every single time he did it because I'm like, one of these days this is going to end poorly, and you're just going to collapse to the ground, and I'm gonna have to call 911 on you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this guy just broke his own neck.
It's not worth learning Portuguese over. We told you.
Yeah.
Die.
We told you, Mateo. No.
Pretty sure it's already dead, Pepper. Then, shedding her anger, Pepper spins around.
No, it's super dead.
Yeah. Shedding her anger, Pepper spins around gleefully, making a pirouette with her dead dance partner. Its body now appears strangely hinged at the middle. There is gratitude and also an evil fire in Pepper's eyes. Oh, look away, Claudia. Don't let them taint you. Be pure and wonderful forever.
Evil fire. Pepper then realized she learned to kill. She learned to love to kill again.
She has the dark willpower. You babies at home don't know what I'm referencing because Steel Ball Run's anime hasn't debuted yet, but it's a Steel Ball Run reference.
Pepper learned that murder is bueno.
Sashimi brought back killed rats, best cat.
Gyro's like, Pepper, sometimes you have to kill a hoe. And Pepper's like, oh, okay, strange Italian man.
Do good, buddy. Best cat.
You're okay, Professor. You're now imagining Pepper there watching Gyro do the rella mozzarella.
I mean, over here, I was just like, da, 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 don't say you love me, da, 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 da.
Don't say you love me.
Toss.
Arigato, Gyro.
The grotesque scene piques Claudia's interest. No! Don't corrupt Claudia!
Steel Ball Run is so good.
Steel Ball Run's fantastic.
Yes, it is fantastic.
Okay, so for all the babus at home, what stand battle was your favorite?
My out of Steel Ball Run?
Yes.
Oh. I really like Scary Monsters.
That's a good
But that's
choice.
just because dinosaurs are cool.
That's fair.
But man, you know what? I gotta say, probably the final battle with Dirty Deep Done Dirt Cheap.
Good choice. Good choice.
That is because that is such a good, like, I legit, when Tuskak 4 showed up and beat the shit, and I apologize for
We're more than
beat
10
the shit
minutes
out of
in.
Funny
That's fine.
Valentine, I was like, hell yeah, and I jumped up because it's like, that is such a cool moment.
Fair. All right, all fair. Good choices.
What about you, Professor?
I'm really partial to Man's World.
Oh, that's a good one too.
That
Just
one's
because, like,
really
that is,
interesting.
that is
such a defensive ability.
That is such a puzzle too. They're like, how to figure out what the hell he's doing, and then you're like, oh, that's what you can do. Oh, you mother ever.
Yeah. Man's World is really good. Chocolate Disco is really good.
Oh, that's another good one.
Yeah,
That's another good one. And the funny thing is like he is such an evil guy, and the song is so poppy and cute.
It's like, yeah, Araki knew what he was doing, and like maybe not a fight, but like more like an event was Big Rock Candy Mountain.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Just because like all the crazy crap just keeps piling up.
What I like about that one is the fact that it leads into the battle with the 7 men.
Yeah.
And then, like, the fact that they're like, oh, yeah, by the way, you have the corpse part now, but now, guess what? You have until the end of the day in order to spend all this bounty that you have. Otherwise, you are going to be cursed by Big Rock Candy Mountain. Good luck. At which point, not only do they have to spend all this gold that they've accumulated, but also they're hunted by these guys that apparently just have an infinite number of extra lives.
Yep.
It turns out that it's not an infinite number, but it just is like, oh my God, how many extra guys do you have?
A lot of extra guys. Anyway, no, Claudia, no, be pure forever. Don't look.
Claudia, no!
She comes right up to the pile of dead rats. Curiously, she pokes one. Seems like killing rats is instinctual for Nekos, even one as civilized as Claudia. No, don't. Don't touch it. It's bad, Claudia. Don't. Jamie appears pleased with herself, at the same time in a detached, almost bored manner. She studies us. She gauges our reaction, especially mine. A kind of Neko dance.
You know,
what?
Here's the thing. This sort of thing is actually completely natural for cats.
Yep.
What Shimi is doing right now in cat behavior is basically she is presenting to the group, to the colony, to her colony, to her home. She is saying, I am a protected member. This is my hunt. She is sharing with MC Kun her spoils.
Yep.
This is Jitaku's cat hack for you, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a kitty cat at home and you go out for work, in order to make them feel better, in order to like speak to them, what you need to do is you need to bring them a treat or food or something when you come back, because this is going to show them that you were successful in your hunt. All those days that you go out and leave, they think that you're unsuccessful. They don't comprehend the idea of working.
Yep.
You know, that.
Also,
but they understand material.
Yep.
You know, efforts.
It's why they will bring you prey items that they've captured or toys if that's all they have available, because they're showing you, look, I caught this.
Either that or they want to play.
Or that. Either or.
I know that that's a thing that Sir Dash likes to do.
Yep.
He will.
Dash loves his fishing rod toy in particular. I haven't figured out which one Lila likes yet, but she's only been social with me for a few days, so we're working on that. A kind of Neko dance, one very different from what I'm used to seeing from Pepper or Claudia. My feelings are more complex. There's slaughtered rats on the floor of my kitchen. This is the grossest thing I've ever seen. But I'm also...
I think a better question to ask Shimi is, where the heck did these come from? If this is anywhere near you, that's a little bit worrisome.
Yeah, I know. I'm also weirdly happy that Shimi is healthy, proud she's able to bring down these vicious little monsters, even grateful that she brought them here as a gift. This is, wow. But I'm also really worried that I'm expected to clean and cook these gross things, or worse, eat one? As if reading my mind, Pepper turns to me, holding the rat up like a trophy. Grill! Grill sashimi rats and meow! Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it! She hops around, happily making clumsy rhymes with her floppy rat carcass. Grill him, griller, nom nom meow, gotta get him, Pepper. Claudia gingerly picks up the dead rat she was poking by its tail. She smells it, making a curious smile. No, Claudia, no, don't. Oh, is that really what you want? I mean, are they safe?
I'm so sorry, Professor. I think your beautiful princess, innocent angel, has been corrupted by the smell of murder.
We should...
It was at that point that Claudia learned to love murder.
Okay, here's the thing. Can you eat rat? Technically, the answer to that is yes. If you cook it properly, it's meat.
People eat squirrel. I don't know why they do, because squirrel fundamentally is just long, furry-tailed rat.
Yeah.
But
they do. Should
you eat the common rat? The answer is no.
Generally, you should not. Now,
there are so many parasites and just creatures that feed on rats.
I'm just saying,
it is not worth it.
In the hypothetical, if you were in a Fallout situation and your option was no food or bad food is the correct answer. But you will want to cook this thing a little on the well-done side of the spectrum. But please, I hope that your life never takes such an awful turn where that's a decision you actually ever have to make.
Yeah.
Pepper.
Also, I'm so sorry, Professor. Claudia deserves better.
No, she does.
She's a good girl.
She is. She needs to be protected from this. Pepper holds the rat up to my face, making it dance in a macabre puppet show. It's the Muppet Show with our very special guest, Steve Martin. Yay!
Pepper, stop it! It's not easy being green. Pepper, stop it!
No, Pepper, don't.
I was born a poor rat boy named Douglas. Pepper!
No. She moves its jaw, causing the rat's mouth. Oh god, she actually is! I didn't even read that bit yet. To open and close as if it were speaking. Rats like when Pepper eat 'em, rats are a treat, and Pepper gonna eat. Pepper and the rat continue insisting I cook them. The rat's innards dangle like the broken strings of a marionette. A large...
Pepper.
We're not going to get through this chapter. Oh, God. A large snot-like chunk of ooze falls from the carcass, nearly landing on my sock. The sides and back of my mouth reach for each other. A coppery taste coats my tongue. Vomit, don't mind if I do.
Okay, first off, MC Coon. Grow a frickin' backbone, man. It's just rat blood.
I mean, it's just...
Secondly...
essentially roadkill. Like, come on, dude. You've got to have seen worse in your time.
Secondly, Pepper, That's actually really funny. I hate to say.
I swallow back the bile as my digestive tract tries to expel my breakfast all over
Oh,
Pepper.
come on,
Let's
man. You are such a baby.
go!
You are such a baby. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Have I ever told you about the time that I had to interact with my neighbor's chickens, Professor?
I think you told me.
And I learned about the time. I learned about the fact that chickens. I learned. I'm like, chickens. Ultimately, up to this point, I didn't really think about it, but like, chickens really are dinosaurs.
Yes.
Because
Yes, they
here,
are.
okay, let me set the stage. My neighbor fancied himself an urban farmer. Okay, he had
All
a
right.
coop of about a dozen chickens, and he had about 5 llamas. So when I talk about llamas, I actually have taken care of them before. They are really, really obnoxious. All right, they are really obnoxious, very passive aggressive little a-holes.
Right.
But that's neither here nor there. Chickens, on the other hand, though, these chickens actually had there were several doves that were cooped in with them. I don't know if they were there, if they just kind of got their way in, if they were like something that my neighbor decided to cultivate too. What I do know is that the hawks that were in the area were very interested in both the chickens and the doves. But here's the thing, though. Every evening and morning, I would go out just to to feed them and also to check on them, just to see how things are and collect any eggs. But one morning, I went out there and there was a dove. It was on the ground and exploded like just empty husk of meat. Like they got hit with a Hokuto Shinken attack. And I'm just looking at the chickens, and they're just like, just doing chicken stuff. But I start moving it, and then they all converge on this thing. I'm like, oh God. And I realize now why there's no innards, because these birds this thing must have fallen down, must have been injured by a hawk or something. And they all were like, fresh meat.
Yeah, people forget chickens are omnivorous and they're opportunistic, meaning they'll eat just about anything.
And so I actually had to bat them away with a broom away from this thing so I could just like get it. And I'm like, and I grabbed it and I threw it away. And I'm like, first off, this is what the hell, chickens. Secondly, I'm like, oh, I got a new appreciation for the fact that chickens and all birds technically are dinosaurs. So
welcome to the great meat grinder of life.
Yes.
Another animal that's shockingly omnivorous is cows. If they can fit it in their mouth, they'll probably try to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Welcome to the nature and how it hates you.
Yep. This is the reason why, honestly, Jean-Jacques Rousseau is probably the worst ideologue. If anyone apart, even our favorite, everyone, the favorite of the channel, Karl Marx, deserves the absolute worst, philosopher of all time. It's probably Jean-Jacques Rousseau. His entire conceit of the state of nature probably has done more to set the human race back than any other person.
Probably.
And he's never, ever going to just get the absolute drubbing that he deserves. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about him someday there, Professor.
Definitely.
He deserves his time on the podcast.
I think so, too. Shimi shifts, impatiently cleaning one of the rats. The squish and tear of flesh being pulled away from meat cuts off my thoughts mid-sentence. Like the devil's Velcro, the repulsive sound causes my toes to curl.
Devil's Velcro. Much like the devil's lettuce.
Reaching into its abdominal cavity, she pulls out, what is that, a worm? A piece of intestine? I think it's a worm! I swallow hard against my body's desire to visibly comment on the scene. Claudia smiles, rescuing the situation. She licks all 4 of the rats, stacking them on a large serving plate, which she places next to the sink. Piled high on the plate, the huge, slimy mass is going to take up the entire sink. Good lord, those are huge, then. I'm gonna miss that plate after we throw it away.
I'm gonna miss that plate.
Pepper's excitement is more than she can
You are
handle.
kind of a baby.
He is. Pepper's excitement is more than she can handle, causing her to run skipping and dancing out and around the backyard.
Okay, not for nothing. All right, real talk time though. If I was in this situation, I probably would be like, you know what, girls, get me a beer. I'm gonna cook these suckers up. I'm not gonna eat any of them, but you know what? I'm gonna have 3 very happy Nekos for like the next at least day.
Yep.
Then you know what? Shimi is probably just over the moon for this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Then returning to the kitchen in a little circuit that both ends and begins, they're making very angry faces at the rats. It gives Pepper zoomies. Ha, nasty rat wrecked by sashimi cat. Pepper vents a lot of anger on the pile of deceased rodents. Wearing rubber dish gloves, I stare down at 4 hideous rats waiting to be dissected. There are moments in your life where you do things you really don't want to, but you do them when you do them for someone because that's what a relationship is: give and take, compromise. Normally, that would be like watching.
But did you know that there were 2 whole bags?
2 whole bags. Normally, that would be like watching a show you're not very interested in, or going out when you'd rather stay at home. This is uncharted. This is rough. But Shimi's world is feral, and the feral world is rats. So meat is meat. Right?
Okay, I'll say this. Ladies and gentlemen, relationships are supposed to end in marriage, right?
Yes.
Would you say so, Professor?
That's fair. I mean, if you're talking about romantic relationships, yes, certainly.
Yes, romantic relationships. Romantic relationships end in marriage. Marriage ends in children. That is the ultimate goal of children. Children are freaking gross, and children are going to be gross and sick, and they're going to be awful.
Yes.
But you do it because you love them and because they don't know any better. And let me tell you, having been the eldest of many, many children, because my parents didn't have any indoor hobbies, you learn that there's a lot of fluids that can come out of children, and there are lots of things that you ultimately need to do to help with that, especially when there are many children and you are told you need to help with this situation. And you don't even have the benefit of saying, well, it's a fair cop. I did the crime. Now I have to do the time. No, this is a little goober that you're like, your parents did the crime. And they're like, I'm tired. Daniel, Hitaku, you take care of it for us. And I'm like, great. Okay. And then you learn to not be bothered by things like poop or vomit.
In this case, dead rat.
Or dead rat.
I tell myself, the pitch of my voice higher than normal. But reaching into the gooey... I'm not doing that the entire time. Reaching into the gooey mass. My stomach has a different opinion. It's
reaching into the gooey mass. I'm David Hayter now.
Why is he helicopter man all of a sudden? My stomach...
I'm not helicopter man. I'm David Hayter.
Oh, of course. My stomach has a different opinion. Its urge to climb out of my mouth and spend the afternoon hiding under the bed causes me to temporarily step back from the work. The rat with the can-shaped dent on its head is the first one I work on. Like cleaning a fish.
Good lord.
No difference.
He got canned.
Yeah, he got canned, all right. I lie. Puncturing its belly, the guts spill out, slowly dropping directly into the incinerator. The smell is distinctive, pungent. Somewhere between composted cabbage and old urine.
Man, MC, Kun,
Stop being a baby and just do the job.
Yeah.
The reek wafts out, filling my sinuses and causing my eyes to water and itch. I have an urge to rub them, both muck-covered, gloved hands. Here's the deal, stomach. I promise to burn the gloves when I finished, and you won't puke right now. The insides of the rat are dark and slippery. They cling to the ribs and spine, making it an effort to get a solid hold on them, or yank them from the cavity. I scrape out all the innards, desperately convincing myself that nothing I'm grabbing is wormy, and quickly drop the awful, am I right, guys? Right.
Awful Snek, you absolute dunce.
the incinerator drain, or
I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna smack at your face.
The gooey, slimy mess sticks to the glove, refusing to fall into the hole. That's what
Actually
she
gonna be
said.
surprised when I fly over there and I'm like, I owe you a one smacka.
Bap, 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 bap. I have to take turns picking it off one gloved hand with the other. This would be comedic if it wasn't revolting. Finally, the guts release from the gloves as a big, muddled mass and find the drain. The incinerator's venting
I think
fan.
a better question is, why didn't you just do this all in one go?
Yeah.
Go from one rat to another.
Yeah, just ball it together and chunk it all at once. What difference does it make at that point?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I mean, if you're doing this with fish, what you want to do is you want to slice the belly, then basically remove all the innards, and then basically you want to slice off the head, and then you slice the actual torso bit, which is to say that the flesh, you want to slice that in half, so you effectively get two sides that can then be cleaned of whatever is left over. Right. I would assume the same is going on for rats, because I mean, fundamentally the same physiology of a rat is going to be the same as a fish. Yeah. I mean, they're just, equal. They're bilaterally symmetrical, vertebrates. Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
He did mention that it's like cleaning a fish, and that seems to imply that he knows how to do that.
One of them, Pepper, has already removed the head, so hey,
this is as easy
like
as it gets.
Yeah, I mean, heck, you could actually, here's the thing, you could actually be like, Pepper, all right, I want you to remove the heads. The thing is that Pepper's a very task-oriented young lady. Why isn't he utilizing that more?
Plus, using that energy for her to get that hunting instinct in.
And this is exactly one of the things that she would be able to know how to do.
Yep. Unfortunately, wisps of smoldering rat guts now drift out of the drain, competing with the stench of raw carcasses. This is fine.
MC-kun, you have a literal, expert in this sort of thing here. You could utilize her skills. You need to delegate proportionally.
Sheeny learned a new word because he decided to meme. Fine. A whisper in my ear caused me to drop the rat I was holding. When did Sheeny move this close to me? She's a ninja. You don't have to know the answer to that. Seems I have an audience
MC-kun,
now.
she's a cat.
All three Nekos crowd round, watching me clean the rats. Better than TV, eh, Claudia? I weakly joke and to distract myself as I peel the skin from muscle. Fibers cling, then release, ripping apart. It feels like peeling off a wet sock and making a soft static like tearing that resonates into my shoulder blades.
Wow, he's actually removed. You know what? Here's the thing, though. I don't know if this is a thing in the Snek household or not. Does your family ever have a thing for, like, fried chicken skin?
Actually, Snek Mom does. Snek Mom prefers the chicken skin to the fried chicken skin to the actual meat portion.
Yes, that is a thing. That is a thing too. Like Noodle and Mama Poogum, they both love fried chicken skin, and that's a thing with like turkey, like because the skin will actually like have a bunch of the seasonings and stuff on it. Right. So. So I'm kind of surprised that he's removing it.
Yeah, seems a lot of extra work. Mm-hmm. Tail and fur follow the entrails into the incinerator. Now it's the fragrance of burning rat hair that fills my nose. Yeah. Smelted hair smells awful. I actually kind of sympathize on that count.
Okay, that's fair, but he's doing a lot of extra work, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, actually, deep frying the rats might have been a better strategy, because at least that way, whatever he
welcome to the epitome of the deep south.
I mean, think about it. If he's concerned about parasites, if he's concerned about cooking the meat consistently, deep frying the rat will make sure that the oil gets into the crevices of the meat.
That's true.
It will ensure a clean, evenly cooked meat in the end. And he can also season it with basically anything he wants at that point, and like maybe delude himself that he's eating something other than live wild rat.
I mean, once again, I personally would steer towards the, you know what, girls, have at it. This is for you. This is for you all. I think I'm gonna order some.
I'm gonna order some takeout.
Yeah.
Not soon enough. All 4 of the rats are skinned, cleaned, and ready for the grill. Oh, he's grilling them. That might be why he took the skin. Yet, no less disgusting. The meat on the rats is thin and tough, sinewy. It's not red or pink like I expected, but it's ruddy scarlet gray. The Nekos don't seem put off in any way. I'm sure Claudia and Sheeny can sense my unease. If Pepper can, she's too emotionally invested into the event to show it. I give the rats a long rinse in the sink and then longer soak in some cooking wine. The cooking wine I get. I don't really understand why you're rinsing. You cleaned it. That was the point of cleaning it. So.
You didn't rinse they food?
No, we're not getting into that.
Sorry.
Foreskin.
You know what? At least he's not rinsing it off with dish soap. Okay.
God. Foreskin.
All right. I'm just gonna say this right now, ladies and gentlemen. Don't rinse off your meat with dish soap.
Please don't.
Don't. I don't.
No, it's bad. Now, here's the thing. Dish soap
don't rinse your meat off with dish soap. It is a bad idea.
Even if you clean the soap off comprehensively, dish soap is formulated to break down grease, including the greases found in the fats in the actual meat. You are using the world's worst marinade to essentially do what the cooking process will do naturally anyway. If you want to tenderize it, hit it with a freaking mallet and be done with it. Please don't do that for the love of all that is good in culinary.
Yes.
Arabella will cry if you do that. See, that's topical because one of the
no less cry and more like look at you with the look of like, why? Why would you do that? Stop it. Get some help.
That's topical because some of the devs from A Whole Lot to Love worked on this game too. 4 skinned and gutted rats, slathered in olive oil, salt, black and red pepper, honey, mustard seed, and hidden under a generous amount of lemon slices sizzle on the grill. I'm doing my best to act normal, but there are rats on my grill. According to some of the other NPCs, that's not super uncommon for people who own Nekos.
Yeah, he's going to say Goro did this all the time for a little pepper.
Yep. Needs more lemon slices. You can still see the rats.
I'm going to say this right now, okay? I'm going to say this right now. This is some deepest Tomo Bros lore.
All right.
Little Snek, at one point, had armadillo.
Yes. I have eaten
armadillo. And I know
armadillo.
this because I made an armadillo furry OC at one point. Not that she was my persona, but it was a kind of a, hey, this is a funny character. At which point Snek turns to me and goes, you know, I've eaten armadillo before. And that was just kind of the thing. And so he kind of took her as a character, and I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. But my Mama Pugum's younger sister is kind of a redneck. And by kind of, I mean, like, is pretty much white trash a redneck.
Okay.
I love her. I love my aunt. She is a wonderful lady, but she legit has had possum and roadkill rat. And you know what? I don't blame her. You know, you waste not, want not. But I'm just saying this is not nearly as unusual as MC Kun is making it out to be.
Yeah.
Even in this world.
He's being a little dramatic, and no one's going to force him to eat if he doesn't want to. The Nekos would just have, a third of a rat each in addition to their own.
They'd probably be like, more for us.
Yeah.
I mean, what shrug?
Yeah, so... by the way, fun bit of trivia. Especially pepper. Fun bit of trivia. Armadillo, in terms of taste and texture, is basically indiscernible from chicken. But the difference is, depending on the type of armadillo, the color of meat is different under each band of their shell.
I honestly wouldn't eat it, knowing now what I do about how...
You basically have to cook armadillo the same way you do chicken, in terms of basically making it well done. Because, like, there is no safe part, you just have to cook the whole thing. That's just what you have to do. Pepper is still wound up, her impatience and excitement making her giddy as she orbits, skipping around the yard. She'll sleep well tonight. The whole time she watches us, staying only steps from the kitchen doorway. Her hair is tangled and wild, her shirt and hands are a mess, but she's back. She's back, and that makes everything all right. Maybe we should get her a shower while we're cooking this up? Just thinking out loud. The thin meat is dense, making the split and flattened rodents heavier than expected. I had to use the tongs and the long barbecue fork to give each rat a flip.
Mamma mia, it's a me, MC Coon. Welcome to MC Coon's gourmet rat cooking.
Yeehaw. Hey, Claudia,
Yeehaw!
please watch the rats. Call me if they start to overcook.
Welcome to Flavor Town, rats.
I say that knowing full well I'm totally going to overcook the hell out of these rats. Who knows what the kind of disease and germs they carry.
Yes, it's the Professor Snek, town of... This is not Hank Hill's barbecuing, shall we say.
Well, for this, there are certain meats you absolutely want well done, and that's for a litany of different reasons. Like if you get, like most steaks, you can just sear the outside of the steak, and it's fine. That's why you can get away with rare steak. But if it's like ground chuck, you can't do that because so much of the inner tissue is exposed to the outside world. You just can't.
Yes, and you really shouldn't do like medium pork. Any pork product really should be well done, and that's less. Honestly, you can really, if it's American pork, you can get away with it just because the American pork is held to such a high standard that they're not going to be fed the rotting meat that actually gives them the trichinosis parasites. But it's just a good thing in general.
It's a good habit to have, and honestly, well-done pork still tastes delicious. It's not like how
let me tell you,
beef becomes shoe leather at well done.
Trichinosis is such an awful thing to have that you really should err on the side of caution.
Definitely. Pork can get you trichinosis, and I want to say poultry is E. coli?
Yeah, salmonella. And E. coli.
Okay.
Yes. Both of which also bad time.
Very bad time. I've had food poisoning before. It was 11 days of just projectile out of both ends of the snack. And
well,
no one was happy.
I'll tell you this. Trichinosis isn't projectile vomiting. It's literally your lower intestine rots. Your lower intestine gets sepsis, and you slowly sicken, and you die.
So, don't do it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Undercooked bacon, not worth it.
No. Cook your pork, people.
Yes. It's not that hard. 165 degrees Fahrenheit. That's not hard.
Yeah. I'm going to make very sure that anything on or in them dies long before any of us take a bite. Okay. Claudia smiles, happy as always to be helpful. Claudia, you are too pure for this world. Please don't start hunting rats. I'm begging you.
Murder!
No murder. Shimi has vanished.
I need a taste for blood, MC.
My urge to find her is superseded by my now compulsive need to clean. I cleanse the floor, counter sink, and anywhere else the rat may have touched. The whole time I'm kept company by happy pepper noises from outside and the soft hum of the incinerator under the sink. That incinerator will probably run for 2 days straight, slowly turning all the crap I just shoved down there into a fine ash. If it were to take a break, we'd really be screwed. For a moment, I consider opening Shimi's can of crushed tomatoes to use as a base for an appropriate sauce or to create a side dish. But even as skinny as the rats are, they're big enough that each will be a meal on its own. I do not want leftovers. I dumped the crushed tomatoes down the drain and put the cleaned can into the recycling bucket.
You're a coward, MC Coon.
Yeah. It was dented in pretty good.
You don't want to have, rat sandwiches.
Oh boy, rat sandwiches after, a fun, full day of Ratsgiving.
Man, I love Ratsgiving. Don't you love open-faced rat sandwiches? After a game of rat pinochle and watching the rat Lord of the Rings. Okay. For those of you who care about such things, that is the Pugum family tradition. You have Thanksgiving, and then Black Friday. You are lazy, and we play card games, usually Pinochle, and we watch Lord of the Rings, because Noodle and Baby Pugum love Lord of the Rings. And we're all like, well, you twisted our arm. I guess we're going to have to watch Lord of the Rings again.
Yes, we have no choice but to watch the totality of the extended edition.
Yes, and we do. And we watch it, and it's 12 hours, and we basically have open-faced turkey sandwiches when we feel hungry.
Sounds pretty good to me.
This is indeed a very difficult weekend.
Oh, of course. Of course. If the tin had cracked anywhere, rat juice could have contaminated the crushed tomatoes. Better safe than sorry. Yeah, keep rationalizing. As always, Shimi suddenly being
You
in
just
the
want to
room...
get rid of Shimi's, weapon of choice.
Yeah. Shimi suddenly being in the room comes without a whisper or warning. For a long moment, we simply regard each other. She's dirty again.
I think a better question is, why did you not ask Shimi to go take a shower and clean her clothes?
Yeah, or at least have Claudia help her do so, Because she's done it before. We talked about Claudia helping Shimi shower and do her clothes.
Yes.
She's dirty again. She's smelly, has rat juice on her, and looks tired. I'm so very happy to see you.
Wow, that's
Picking,
they have another name for that, MC Coon. It's called blood.
picking up at my joy, Shimi's manner softens. It's then I notice small fresh scratches on her forearms. They aren't serious, the type of thing you might get from moving through thick brush. Or maybe the result of hunting a small pack of rats that, if the tables were turned, could be hunting you. Seeing me looking at her arm, Shimi steps forward, presenting and allowing me to examine them. That means she does basically completely 100% trusts you, dude. If she's doing
not a feral anymore.
Yeah,
she's
you
not
domesticated. You domesticated her. Or she was already a
Yeah.
domestic with some feral tendencies mixed
Which,
in.
I mean, I contend.
Seems more likely.
She is probably a domestic that went feral rather than just a straight feral.
Probably.
But I also contend that, even if she was a domestic that went feral, the fact that he actually took the time to socialize her,
Yep,
proves that she probably thinks that he is, a good people.
Yep.
He's a good pupil.
Well, I guess this is our thing. I gently take her arms in my hands and assess the superficial damage. I turn her arms over, examining the calloused palms and the softer flesh of the forearms. Her focus on me is intense. Amongst the ancient scars from the life in the wild, the cuts and scratches are hardly worth noticing. But that's not why we're doing this. Good news! I think you'll live. My humor is wasted on Shimi. Worse, the joke momentarily brings back a shudder, holding her fevered body, refusing to surrender her to the shadows when her wounds nearly did cost her life. I focus on the healthy
MC
girl with
Coon,
me here
did
now.
you just trigger yourself? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did.
Wow, you're freaking dumb.
Shimi allows me to guide her hands.
Yeah, kind of am.
Yeah. Shimi allows me to guide her hands to the freshly scrubbed sink. I wash her hands and arms. The soap and warm water quickly cleanses away the dirt of several days. She watches me with a curious and contented look. I pull the baby wipes from Goro's medical bag and clean Shimi's forehead, cheeks, nose, and neck. She lets me.
Oh my.
The easy flick of Shimi's short tail tells me she's enjoying her well-earned bit of pampering. She's cleaner, but the earthy fragrance of forest and the greasy smell of rat still hang about her. Goro's medical bag is overkill, but as long as we're playing the game, a little cream to rub under her arms is appropriate. She sighs as my fingers massage the antibiotic lotion into her skin. A few small adhesive bandages offer nothing beyond a cosmetic extension of our moment. If you were my girlfriend, I'd do something silly like offer to kiss your boo-boo to make it better. She moves, pressing against me. I'm taken back to when I caught her showering in the rain, reliving the moment that nearly ballooned out of control in the bathroom. Interesting turn of phrase, am I right?
This is like the third time that he's getting to third base.
Yeah. This time she's dressed and I'm not feeling cornered.
No, one of these days you're gonna reach home run.
One of these days. And we don't know what's going to happen because that has not been explored in the terms of the storytelling thus far.
I'm gonna go to Brazil now. MC Coon, no!
We don't know, first off, if they're... How do I put this? We don't know if tab A fits into slot B, and second, we also don't know that even if it does, if anything will result in so doing.
Well, okay, first off, I would argue probably A, yes, because they're about the same size.
Right. I mean...
Ergo, I would imagine that probably is the case.
At least physiologically, yes.
Yes.
Now, genetically, that's a different question entirely.
That I don't know. And
we just need Koala to whip out a textbook and slap MC Coon in the face with it.
She doesn't have the same genomes as you wanker.
Whack!
Oh no, well, when you say it like that.
She cited her sources. MC-kun, then wondered if she too possessed just 2 bags.
Koala? No, because she'd be like, the alien has 2 bags, I have 3 bags.
Oh, of course, she has to one-up her. Without the panic, the clumsy affection from Shimi is quite appealing. While my attention is still on her arm, Shimi's breath on my neck makes me start to feel flush. Okay, I'm just saying, like, you are mixing the signals, MC-kun, because, like, most of the time he's like, oh my gosh, people will know I'm the guy with 3 Nekos, and the people will look at me weird like it matters. And like, if that's the case, if that truly, truly bothers you in your heart of hearts, then why aren't you going after Veronica? And second, like, if you want to pursue a romantic relationship with a Neko, which I don't know what that would look like because you haven't explained it yet, then why worry about what the randos on the street are going to say?
This is not as I said, this is not the first time. Honestly, like the time with Pepper, the time with Claudia that he mentioned earlier, that apparently intimated to Goro, that apparently is like not of such a big deal that like even Goro is like, oh yeah, that time that you copped to Total Fuel, and then Claudia basically was like, like, hey, to you for like the next week.
So
yeah, that's kind of weird. And then you're like, oh, the time that the Pharaoh that I totally was like, I'll save you, and she's like, oh, doki doki. You saw in the nude in the rain in like a very like, all you need is just take my breath away, just playing in the background.
This has been a weirdly musical episode. My attention.
You could just that's what I kind of imagine when that song. I could just hear it in the back of my head.
Oh,
and I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna say any further things because I don't want you to get dinged. And YouTube AI is weirdly on point when they're like, racist dialogues. I sleep. Ditaku, badly drunkenly sings a song. They're like real shit.
Yeah. My surprise causes her to laugh. The sound catches both of us off guard. Shimi's laugh is a single note, high, short, and raspy. This is the first time I've heard her laugh. By her expression, it may be the first time she's laughed ever. Burns now! Claudia's warning that our rats are getting crispy means our moment has to end. Or maybe not end, but pause still later. Pause.
Pause.
The reality again presents itself. Am I really considering eating rat? Goro would be into it for the story he could tell after. Mia would make me pay for even suggesting it. Meat is... meat?
You don't have to eat it.
Yeah, dude. Like, stop being a baby about this, man. Like, more things than you might expect are edible. Technically, dandelions are edible.
Yeah, if you want to be a total hobo.
It's about if you really want to delve into the realms of the pathetic, you can do way worse than this.
Actually, I mean, not for nothing. That actually is like kind of a Great Depression era. That is a Great Depression era life hack.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, grab some dandelion blooms. Put hot water over them. Welcome to the world of dandelion tea. It is a very sad, very cheap, but filling experience that actually gives you a number of vitamins.
Yep. You would be amazed what the human body can live through. Meat is meat, and a man's got to eat. I heard that once somewhere. Can't remember where, but it seems appropriate for the situation.
You don't dislike your grandparents enough. Let's just say, because they took your great-grandparents who lived through some of the most horrific experiences in world history thus far, and they put them in homes. Thanks, boomers.
Yeah. Still not convinced about this whole idea. I set up a picnic in the backyard. Even cooked, the less rat in the house, the better. Claudia brings out a blanket at my request, and we all set ourselves on it, each of us with not enough plate for too much rat. The moment of truth. Pepper immediately digs in, rolling the cooked rat like corn on the cob. She seems less happy than I expected her to be, a little angry. Still, she pulls strips of the tough meat from the rat and chews with a vengeance. Claudia, very much entertained with Pepper's enthusiasm, nibbles a bit of meat off of her rat in a much more dignified manner. Shimi watches me closely as I cut a thin sliver of leathery meat. Is it too late to become vegetarian? Oh, come on, don't whip out that hard, dude.
Oh man, I got one virus. Guess I have to install Linux now. This is going out to all the clockworks in the audience.
And the hipster dogs.
No. Hipster dog already has installed Temple OS.
Well, that's a bit of
She's
a
good girl.
I guess it's a bit of a continuity error because in her first appearance was a joke about her always telling people to switch to Linux, and then later it's revealed she's actually using Temple OS. So
her husband is Terry A. Davis. Okay, she can't betray her spouse.
Fair,
even if her spouse, is sadly not amongst the living.
Yeah, rat meat's very different from anything I've ever had.
Rippin' pepperoni is a real legend.
Yeah. Even spiced, soaked in wine, and cooked with a generous amount of lemon, honey, and mustard seed, it tastes like rat. It's not terrible.
No. From what I've been told, rat actually tastes fairly gamey.
Right.
So
it's not terrible, but really close. You can see terrible quite well from here. Tough and stringy with a greasy, stale aftertaste. I guess you could say gamey if you were really being generous. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of my experience having eaten squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The seasoning just doesn't do enough to cover the sour flavor of the meat. I don't think any amount would. See, this is why you needed to deep fry it. Everything is good if you deep fry it.
See, my reaction was, this is the reason why you needed mustard. That works too. You in fact, you know what, Professor?
These are not mutually exclusive states.
I was going to say both are good.
Both are good. Satisfied, I've accepted her gift. Shimi bites into her own rat.
This is what you should have done there, MC Coon. You should have deep fried it, and then you put mustard on it.
Deep fried that sucker, drizzle some mustard over that sucker, and eat it like a corn dog.
I hate to say that. I hate to say it, Professor. That sounds kind of good.
It's like that is not the worst idea we've ever come up with on this channel.
It's the worst. It's the thing. Like, okay, so ladies and gentlemen, just so you're aware, before we started here, the professor sent me a thing about welcome to the Sonic's new pickle menu, and it's just a pickle and a thing of Pepsi.
No, it's not. Not Snek. That was Popeyes.
Well, anyways, it was just like pickles and things, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, in this instance, actually having mustard and some pickles, that sounds not half bad. That's pretty good. That's good eating.
We really are from very different worlds, humans and Nekos. As Claudia, Pepper, and Shimi sit with me enjoying their lunch, I feel very fortunate.
Yeah, they don't put mustard on things.
That's true, they don't. If Veronica were to look over the fence right now, I don't think I'd be embarrassed at all to be the guy with 3 Nekos, or even the guy with 3 Nekos eating rat, because that's just it. Rat's brought to me by my feral. And she ain't feral anymore, bro. She's a domestic. There's probably not another person on the planet that can make that claim, and that makes another bite of rat go down a little easier. I don't think I'll eat rat again, but watching Shimi use her nails like daggers to pick the bones clean, I know I'll happily cook it up for her anytime she shows up with it.
It's a bit much. That's a bit much even for me.
Getting a little carried away now. Let's calm down. I mean, it kind of reminds me of how there are certain types of fish where they just kind of leave the bones in, and it actually kind of enhances the experience, but it's like, not for a mammal, I don't think.
Yes. Any of the Chinook salmon that are from Poogburg.
Right.
Which, by the way, if you like halibut or salmon, Professor, you need to come over here, because we have, literally fresh salmon and halibut.
So what you're saying is I need to go for the halibut?
Yes. Yes, you do.
You
And
know the
what?
face I'm making right now.
Yes, I know. And you know what? I'm kneading the bridge of my nose, going, yes, yes, well done. Yes. But I'm just also saying that those are the fish that, yeah, you kind of have to be careful while you eat them because they will just have little bones on them.
Yep.
But they're also very delicious.
Yes, salmon caught in the Gulf region are oftentimes used in deep-fried salmon croquettes. They are delicious and a little bit crunchy because the bones are cooked right inside, and they are quite tenderized by the deep frying process, so you just kind of bite right through them.
That is true facts.
Back inside, the sound of drawers and cabinet doors being opened and rifled through fills the kitchen. Shimi goes through the cabinets with a kind of carefree abandon, not the stealthy, quiet feral I'm so used to. I'm at a loss as to how to engage this. It's like she's on a mission. We all
She's looking for another can of
Gotta
tomatoes.
find my crushed tomatoes can, guys! You don't understand! It's my security can of tomatoes.
It's her security weapon. It's like her kitchen gun.
Yep. I should buy a shower.
Thank you, kitchen gun.
We all patiently watch as Shimi digs something out of the back of the pantry shelf. It gets quiet. Finally satisfied, Shimi steps away from the aftermath of her hunt and the mild disarray of the cabinets.
It's like she doesn't have a can of crushed tomatoes. She's got that one can of condensed milk that everybody has in the back.
Lips slightly parted, her expression never changes. Shimi brings up her prize up to her face, examining its details, of course. It's another damn can of crushed tomatoes! This makes no sense! Does she even eat crushed tomatoes? Is there some weird sentimental value? Is it the color of the label? Fun fact, cats cannot see the color red. They do not have a red cone. They will see red as a shade of green.
Yes, but they will see various shades of green. And let me tell you, this is important because I have known several cats to get very violently angry whenever they see like bright green.
Yep. But I know it's the can itself. Half pesky rats that need squashing, give them a serving of fancy brand crushed tomatoes.
No, I would argue it's probably the can and also probably the smell. Cats actually have an extremely acute sense of smell.
Yep.
And even though canning is supposed to vacuum seal things, it's not perfect. And so they would be able to smell what's inside it.
True. Now let me tell you a fun fact, Itaku.
What's that?
You see, the act of putting something into a jar for preservation is actually referred to as canning, which I personally find a bit jarring. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Okay, I officially am rescinding the points that I awarded you for your halibut pun. You do not get to pass go. You do not get to collect $200. You go to baby jail.
I'm being punished.
15 points from Gryffindor.
In my personal file, I'm actually in Hufflepuff.
15 points from Slytherin.
Now I'm racist. I can't help but smile and shake my head. Shimi looks from her can to me, then heads over to the curtains to return to its proper place. She turns back to me, and I raise my hands in defeat. You win. It's all yours. Then Claudia draws a bath and ushers Shimi into the bathroom. Good girl, Claudia. At the sound of running water...
This is what you could have done like an hour ago.
Yeah, seriously. At the sound of running water, Pepper gets wide-eyed, but it only takes a tiny bit of distraction to keep her from rushing off and getting in the way. I'm not ready to be the guy with 3 Nekos in his tub.
Woohoo!
You're in a very good mood. Did you like the rat, Pepper? She turns, her expression complicated. Pepper looks at me with a seriousness that feels out of place. Pepper hates rats. Rats hate Pepper. Well, if it helps, I don't think these rats don't hate anything. Not anymore. Pepper responds with a narrow grin. Pepper ate rat, and tonight she's eating story time. It's like it's your birthday. The mention of story time causes Pepper's mood to soften. She holds my stare for a moment. Without my even having to prompt, Pepper helps clean up. I'm immediately suspicious. Again. She crams all the bones and leftovers into the incinerator, along with the used paper plates and napkins. Hey, Pepper, new ball.
No, Pepper, those are cloth napkins. No!
Big thanks. Her clumsy show of appreciation causes her to look anywhere but at me. Of course, you're my Neko. The fan in the incinerator hums softly. After Claudia and Shimi's bath, Shimi slept the rest of the day in her closet. I thought about engaging her, but it was enough just having her home, just knowing where she was. Pepper still wound up from the rats. Shimi's lunch sat defiantly in everyone's belly. The rats were scrawny, but still big enough to be filling. Them at dinner was a very simple affair, tea and some bread and butter. Which is good. I still can't go shopping for a while, and Shimi's roast BBQ saved us 2 meals. Let me tell you, cats love butter. We had a cat, my mom's cat, actually, and one evening, I think my sister and I were watching a movie or something, so we were up later than our parents. We walk out into the living room / dining room area, and there's the cat standing on the table, and he had somehow bumped the lid off of the butter boat and was just licking the butter directly.
Was this Sir Tobin?
Yes, that was Tobin.
Ah, Sir Tobin. You
Yes.
were a very sad little man.
Yeah, he kind of went crazy when his old mentor passed away, but yeah.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us there, buddy.
She made an appearance for dinner and now she sat with us. Then she wandered the house, ending up in Claudia's couch and then my bed before returning again to the closet.
Oh my.
Again. I'm not surprised Shimi joins us for story time. Pepper's demands are too loud for anyone to sleep through. 4 days since Kit's disappearance. The city has a habit of corrupting everything it touches. I can't help but wonder when it's going to finally corrupt me.
Oh, this is Kick?
Yep. It's funny.
It's funny. She's disappeared on me before, but this time feels different. It feels ominous, as if Kit, with the tired eyes and guarded smile I see during the daytime, finally succumbed to the city. This is me, Helicopter Man, voiced by David Hayter. As if sin had taken over. The persona she's chosen has become permanent and Kit's gone forever. All that's left is the vengeance and violence, the blood and terror.
Wow, that's pretty edgy.
I know I would miss Kit if that was true. I think the only thing that makes the city tolerable these days is Kit, not sin. I don't want to think too hard about what really happens, or what really means. There's time for that later. After I fight her again. Sidekick. Full frontal sidekick.
Mealy Mouse!
Mealy Mouse! Kid! Where the gosh darn heck are you? Not here either, huh? She's alone. Is she afraid? Or is she just fixated on something, unable to let go in her pig-headed way, chasing it to the end of the earth?
Wow, that was kind of based there, Kick.
Anyways, at this point I am running out of places to check. Whether it's the sin side of her, or it's the kid side of her doing the thinking. There are more than a few more left. Come to think of it, I've known her for years, and I have no idea who the hell sin is meant to stand for. Just sin? Is it short for something? Maybe it's, standard ID network?
It's
I don't know.
a societal identification number in Shadowrun.
Come to Cinderella, Cindy, Sine qua non, Sin Mortal. No, it's short for sine wave, at which point Hipster Snek's like, oh my god!
Medusa heads and stairs, no!
You're seeing the same sunset I am. I'm sure of it. I can't see you, but I can see it, and that gives me hope. I'll find you, Kit, and I'll bring you home.
But you should probably turn around there, Kick. I'm just saying.
If I can get one thing out of this sewer of a city, it's going to be you.
You know I don't check back there.
Oh, shit! Dirty rats! And worse!
Or Mom!
Rat bastard! I thought you died in the explosion!
After story time, Shimi joins me in my bed.
Oh my, again!
With her hugging a pillow and her toe on my leg, we fall asleep quickly.
Hey, chicka bum bum, chicka bum bum.
It's the middle of the night, but I'm awake. Shimi wakes me, but not by touch. I'm aware of her. Makes me wonder if there's more to the feeling that someone's watching you, Shimi. With me. Come. She doesn't use any words. She doesn't have to. I feel her calling me to follow. Quickly dressing, I'm in the backyard without a second thought. Shimi Shorttail regards me. Shimi Shorttail regards me comfortably. The glow of the moonlight seems to energize her. I watch her ears, eyes, and nose, three entities that pull in different information from the darkness align themselves. I find my thoughts coming fancy again. Shimi has that effect on me. Fancy, like a can of tomatoes. She trots off.
She had 2 whole tomato cans, just like
When Mia left with her 2 bags. I follow through Koro's gate into Veronica's yard, duck under the clothesline, through the back bushes, and step into the woods. Heading due east to the trees, we avoid the marshy lowlands of the south, crossing broken ledges of granite.
Oh no!
Avoiding the high ground, we move through the shroud of night, skirting the moonlight areas, and occasionally someone's backyard. Her pace is quick. Only her periodic stops to listen and check her surroundings allow me to keep up without having to jog the whole time. It often feels as if she's moving in random directions, but somehow I can tell that Shimi knows exactly where we're going, where she's leading me. She's taking you out to touch grass, dude. Again and again, I'm sure we're about to double back, but as we come upon some impassable cluster of trees where whatever trail she's following dead ends, each time I'm astonished when she effortlessly slips through, somehow finding the secret way. With the dark and Shimi's seemingly erratic route, I lose all track of time and direction. It's otherworldly, sidereal, more a part of the heavens more than the earth. The pre-morning mist only adds to the strangeness in this already bizarre jaunt.
Sidereal is starry, by the way. It's speaking about a vast expanse of stars.
It's not sidereal, despite how it looks.
Yes.
I feel like a pioneer, and Shimi, the native guide, leading me along the whispers of a trail, following directions neither etched in stone nor written in sand, but somewhere in between. An invisible track that threads in and out of the civilized wilds of the world of people. Well, there's an idea. Should I add catgirls to Badlands Beasties? Import from the Far
First,
East.
I had to think about that for a second because I'm like, don't you already? And I'm like, no, actually, no, you don't.
Don't, actually. So, that's interesting.
You twisted my arm.
I guess
You
I
should do
have no choice.
Oh no, you have to have.
Oh no,
you have to
how terrible.
You have to have Nekos right alongside, birds. Burbs. You're
Past...
2 burb women.
There's a couple burbs. There's more than one burb.
Yes, but there's
Stabai,
literally...
But that's...
There's the Stabai, and then there's the highway stalkers.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then there's Thunderbirds and Owlman, the spear counterpart of the Stabai. A long path visible only to the feral, past Shimi knows every step of. Her world, deep in the dark, in the fringes of human society, the place the feral occupy and hunt. We're deep in it. Shimi doesn't look back, but often I catch one of her ears tracking me. Realizing that I haven't fallen behind, her stub of a tail flutters up, lifting her shirt, unintentionally teasing me with a glimpse. Bro, calm down.
I'm sorry, with a glimpse of the curve of her body. Oh, la la.
Curve of
bueno.
her bod. Can't even call that thing a bod. It's like a cheese or an anvil. 2 of life's finest things. That's a Homestar Runner reference, everyone.
Shimi has a bod. She might not, have the boost of Claudia, but she's also not like 7 feet tall like Claudia is.
True. Shimi pauses for a moment, distracted and intrigued with the glow of a lone lightning bug. I take the opportunity to catch my breath and to just watch her. Her strange fascination at the little firefly lasts less than a minute, but completely breaks her concentration. It's like it's the first time she's ever seen one, or noticed one. Then, back to purpose, she turns and we're off again. That actually kind of geographically restricts where this story could be taking place. Fireflies are not native to, like, the Oregon, Washington region of the United States, so... Eventually...
How do you know that, Professor?
I am a bugaboo. I know about bugs. It's my thing.
Okay. All right. That's a... Shut up.
Eventually, the woods thin. Oh, wait. Ditaku did that.
What?
Bug you. Eh.
Minus 200 million points for Slytherin. You're super racist now, bro.
Aww. Sporadically littered with trash, they opened to an older and forgotten part of town. Shimi and I hem along the deserted brick mill buildings and long empty shells of warehouses, all now open to the elements from glassless windows and doorless entryways. We're ignored by all of it as we go. Even the skeletal car, half swallowed by shadow and briars, pays us no heed. I'd never seen these buildings with their faded graffiti and other scars of vandalism worn away by time and the elements, but I have an idea where the abandoned area is, over by the river. It's all outside of any frame of reference that it may as well be an alien planet. The prevailing feeling is that we've crossed over, stepped into another world. In this part, a post-apocalyptic landscape devoid of life is populated only by a vacant quiet that is unnatural and endlessly strange. Shimi pauses as we come to the edge of what was once a parking lot, now overgrown with scrub bush and the occasional piles of tires, old appliances, construction debris, and other trash dumped here long ago. Seeing that all is clear, Shimi breaks from the tree line into the more open area of the parking lot. Sensing my hesitation, she turns back. It's the first time she's looked at me since we started this trek. A pink hue bleeds into the early morning. Her expression is as soft and as alluring as the first tendrils of sunlight which reach towards us from deepening cracks of the night sky. Her beauty is a marvelous contrast against all this neglect and blight. I feel her urging me to follow to continue. She doesn't speak, and yet the emotions she conveys are clear. More, with me. Of course I follow her. Stepping into the broken grounds that once was a parking lot we cross. At the far end, like an island in the shallow sea of scrub weeds, a small copse of trees seems to be our destination. Even in the low morning light of dawn, I'm surprised that I didn't see it sooner. It wasn't until we were almost on top of it that I noticed. At the heart of the small area, a dilapidated tool shed still stands in defiance of the surrounding ruin. Like the old industrial buildings around us, it was also forgotten a long time ago. The wooden planks that make up the walls are all cracked and partially rotted. Moss and weeds have overtaken much of it. If there ever was a door, it's long gone. The small, weird smile that Shimi has been trying out appears on her face as she turns to me. Home. Home. This is where you used to live. Or at least one of the places she kept a stash. Yeah, and I can't see Shimi ever having just one home. Shimi reaches for me. We step into her home. Inside looks just as bad as outside, maybe worse. From outside, I couldn't tell there was a large hole in the roof at one end that has been letting rain in, allowing mold to move in as well. Or that the hole looks partially caused at what may have been a fire at some point. The area around it and along the wall appears charred. It's impossible to tell in the dark nor the age of the shed. There's an old, torn-up canvas tarp atop an older wooden pallet. Shimi picks up the tarp and shakes it, filling the air with dust and mold spores. Naturally, she doesn't have many possessions, but curiously, on old hooks that likely once held rakes or other maintenance tools, there's a musty hooded sweatshirt, something of hers for cooler weather, no doubt. The hooks also display sheets of paper. They appear to be pages pulled from magazines. The hint of early morning light is barely sufficient to see them. Two of the pages feature people, and the third is a magazine cover. All show the unkindness of paper exposed to weather, but I can make out a woman that has hair much like Shimi's. It's hard to tell much more. Whoever she is, or whoever Shimi thinks she is, will have to remain her mystery. I watched Shimi survey this place she spent so much time in. It seems like only a few minutes ago she was excited, but now she looks less sure. Home. She says again, touching her lips this time as if feeling the sound escape into the barren shed. But the word is a hollow afterthought, a tone of lost innocence. Her stub of a tail gives a swish as her weird little smile fades. This is much more than Shimi contrasting the comfort of her nest of blankets and pillows in the hall closet against her tool shed safe house. She gazes at me thoughtfully. Her eye sweeps downward to my feet, then slowly back up my form and finally ending where it began. Shimi looks into my eyes for a long time. She then seems to remember something. Under a rusty bucket, she picks up what looks like an old pocket knife and a small faded squeak toy. No, these aren't it. She changes her mind, putting them back. Moving around the small space, there's a frantic pulse as she searches for something. Something lost, something effectively invisible but still immeasurably valuable, some intangible key to some imperceptible lock. I try to comprehend what's happening, but her emotions are unfamiliar. I want to, but I can't help her. All I can see in the small, dilapidated shed is a convenient shelter, a hidden place that a feral sometimes occupied. I step to her and take her hand. Without looking at me, Shimi leads me out of the shed. Before we leave the copse of trees, I stop. Thank you for showing me this place. She watches my mouth make the words, and then regards me for a moment. I expect her weird little smile to reemerge, but it doesn't. Instead, she turns and we're off again. She leads me through the hollows of an old cannery. I follow past a small power substation now rusted and stripped of its copper. We cross forgotten railroad tracks. Down a small hill and we're back into the woods. There are no landmarks to recognize, but in the early dawn, I can tell we're headed back towards home from a slightly different direction. The whole time, one of her ears keeps switching behind her, trying to make sure that I'm not lagging too far behind. I'm grateful when Shimi pauses again to listen and look around. Catching my breath, I realize how embarrassingly out of shape I am. The walks to the store and back a few times a week aren't enough. I tell myself I need to exercise more, knowing that I probably won't. OMG is literally me, FR. And then, cast in the soft glow of the morning, it's a Shimi that I don't think I've seen before. She seems taller outside, at the same time smaller, grander, and less obvious. I swear if I wasn't looking at her, I'd never know she was there at all. She reads the invisible marks on trees, sees the colors of the scent in the air, and she moves again, her silky dark hair tinged orange in early light. There's a tremendous amount of confidence in everything she does out here. She still limps, but it's barely noticeable, an almost natural part of her gait. She really is amazing. We come to the back of Veronica's yard. Good thing all of Veronica's lights are still off. This would be difficult to explain. Back inside, Shimi goes into Claudia's sunroom. Their presence instantly wakes Claudia, who seems confused. Claudia lifts the blanket in welcome, and like a troubled kitten, Shimi curls in, hiding her head in Claudia's bosom. Claudia pulls Shimi into a soft embrace, stroking her hair. It's cats petting other cats. This is madness.
Oh my god, they've learned how to pet each other?
The sun is up, so there's no
Next,
point.
they're gonna figure out how to open cans?
Oh, Lord. Then what will we do?
Oh, Lord!
Sun-
Lord!
The sun is up. There's no point trying to get back to bed.
Betsy. Oh, Lord!
Looking to the new day sky, my mind races, trying to connect the missing pieces. What is it that Shimi's looking for? And most troubling, I can't help but feel that much of Shimi's frustration is aimed at me. Claudia waters the houseplants, and looking slightly distracted, Shimi follows her around. For the life of me, I cannot fathom what I could have done that would have made her act like this, but I'll give Shimi her space, and that does seem to be my default with her. The muscles in my thighs and calves complain ceaselessly from last night's adventure. I spend a good amount of time treating scratches and bug bites that I wasn't even aware I had till this morning. I am pathetically out of shape. Yep. Need more bounce. Pepper, holding her new ball, emphasizes her snide comment by poking me in the belly. That's not nice. Nice schmice and lead move, head to toe, let's go. She grabs my wrist and drags me out into the backyard. I stumble out behind her on legs made of cracked plaster. You bounce ball. I know how to play. Hush. You bounce ball, ball bounce up. You bounce hard, bounce soft. Pepper shrugs, but still bounce up. Pepper smirks, prancing her way across the yard to spot for bounce. Why do I have the feeling that I'm getting the Neko version of some life lesson here? I wait for Pepper to finish, just happy that my legs haven't collapsed under me yet. Pepper catch ball, Pepper throw ball, ball fly. Pepper throw hard, Pepper throw soft, ball still fly. Yep, we're lucky to have reliable physics. Pepper's scrunch of an expression changes to a roll of her eyes in disappointment at my sarcasm. She tosses me her ball. Alright, Ball, Pepper sure talked you up. Let's see if you can live up to the hype. No pressure. Hype this video! I don't know. I don't really know how that system even works. It's brand new as of this recording.
This video.
After satisfying Pepper with the game of bounce, what the ball did, in fact, do bang up job bouncing and flying, Pepper showers. After she finishes, I take one too. Shimi is so practically fused to Claudia. With how close she is following her around, she watches everything Claudia does with an intensely confused curiosity. Hearing Claudia running the bath, I head out the door. I only have a few small bills in my pocket, plenty for a candy bar, at least enough to justify walking to the store on sore legs. Truth is, I need my own space for a bit, a distraction to clear my head.
Well, I guess I'm gonna be selling plasma again.
Or a kidney. Again.
Oh man, I already did that once.
I finally made myself charge my phone. It sits uncomfortably in my pocket as I force my still noodle-like legs to move in a way that almost resembles walking. My legs, of course, disagree with this plan, sending sharp aches through my shins and up my hamstrings with each step. An unlikely ally, Lind, might help or be a decent diversion. Want to hear a joke? Why did the Neko cross the road? It didn't to get hit by a truck. Lind's help isn't helpful. Come on, laugh, that's gold. As you saw one get hit not too long ago. Whammo! Totally wrecked this car. Only took a moment of Lynn's company for me to lose desire for the candy bar or anything else.
Hey, come on, what the heck? That was Mia. That was my
Neko, you jerk! I'm saved by the surprising jolt on my phone. Hey, gotta take this, see you around. My eyes slowly adjust to the sun's glare. Mia. A morbid curiosity prods me to read her text, but experience has taught me it's a bad idea. She'll never forgive me for choosing Claudia over her. It was never a choice. She knew that. And so what? This is Mia brand crazy in a party-sized can. She's vengeful, vindictive, and not very nice to people that make her mad. For several moments, I do nothing. Then realizing that without even reading her text, I've let her get into my head. I clench my teeth and read what she wrote. I need my flower earrings. I'm on my way over. Panic.
Oh.
She can't come over. Pepper and Claudia and Shimi in the tub.
Oh.
What am I going to do? Can I try and hide one of Veronica's? Is Veronica even home? What day is this? I haven't seen any flower earrings. Where would they even be? She kept all of her jewelry in the dresser with Dad's watch, but she took all her stuff when she left. Other than that shirt Shimi wears, Mia took everything. It all fit in 2 bags! Wait a minute.
And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. We are memeing about the 2 bags, but like this is not the first time that he just mentioned
keeps
this.
Bringing it up. I've already convinced my lungs and weary legs that we need to sprint all the way home right now, but instead I become very still. Mia doesn't have flower earrings. She's never worn anything with flowers. Mia would never just come by. She would make me bring them to her somewhere inconvenient. A total asshole. She sent this message knowing that whatever it was, I'd get worked up over it. She could have said she was coming to get the Jabberwocky, and if I was home right now, I'd be frantically cleaning and tearing the house apart looking for it, acting like I haven't done something wrong even though I haven't, all to appease Mia. My minds are even tighter now than before I came out. My cheeks flush red and the heat surges inside me. I let my anger text her a heated reply. Don't.
And meanwhile, Lord Donnerhan's there being like, good, now you understand.
Give in to your hatred.
You must understand the woman folk. That's dangerously based there, Donnerhan. Yes.
Don't. It's what she wants. You'll reply, she'll ghost you, you'll dwell on all day waiting for her to respond. Punching the power button, I turn off and pocket my phone. My achy steps repel me with a renewed purpose, creating distance from Mia, Lind, and all the frustrations that twist my inside into tight knots. I rest my aching legs on the metal park bench with its chipped paint and rusted welds. A short distance away, a small girl plays hopscotch while her mother reads a book. Further on, a quiet couple picnic on a blanket. Rolling before me, the park's lush green meadow with its scattered clumps of old-growth oak and weeping willow have no care for Mia's harassment or Shimi's standoffishness. The placid vista of the company of an old friend...
Shimi is not going out of her way to harass you.
No.
It's just she's, still figuring you out.
I'm going to make a prediction here. Okay. Cats have a pecking order, and they basically can determine it without ever uttering a word. The thing is, Shimi knows that Claudia is by de facto the alpha cat. She's the alpha female of this pack. Claudia's the oldest, she's the biggest, and she's been in the house longer than anyone. A quick whiff of the air will tell her this is Claudia's house. So, Shimi attempted to communicate some important information to us, likely about her origins and what that means to her, and somehow it got lost in translation. So she's frustrated because she's not conveying her message properly. So, she realizes that the one who does communicate clearly is Claudia. Claudia the
Mhm.
Alpha. She is now following her Alpha to learn what Claudia does differently so she can mimic the behavior in order to become closer to us.
Oh, that's a good point. I hadn't even considered that, but you're probably absolutely right, and that is true. Cats, as stated before, are much more social than we really give them credit for.
Yep.
Um,
So that's my theory. We'll see if
but
that bears any weight, but
you know, props to you. There is definitely, you know, a credence to this theory. I guess
hmm.
we'll find out if that's true or not.
The placid vista, like the company of an old friend, is welcoming and allows me to relax. A warm breeze dilutes my frustrations and my breathing begins to settle. This is better. The picnicking couple seem oblivious to everything except each other. What's it like having a normal relationship? My dysfunctional time with Mia sure wasn't one. And now that it's over, I
I don't
can
know.
see
What's it
that.
like having a relationship? Oh, oh, Jimmy. Oh,
And this
that's rough.
relationship with Shimi, it didn't cross the road, it got hit by a truck. Can't even remember when I stopped calling Shimi it and started calling her she. If I hadn't been walking home from the restaurant with Goro, if I hadn't come upon Shimi in my bushes startling her, all that we've been through, and now she's acting like she lost her most important can of crushed tomatoes. What is it you need, Shimi? I didn't know it was your turn to be a creepy guy at the park mumbling at the grass. Oh, hey! The waitress strides over and sits on the bench. This girl's oddly comfortable with me, even though we hardly know each other. And I'll admit that I'm a little taken aback by her confidence. I think I admire it, too. Long time no see.
Hey,
That's
hey,
true.
girl.
It's been a while.
Hey, you want to see my Neko?
I realize I have no idea how long it's been. She smiles deviously. You aren't avoiding the restaurant, are you? I know the food we serve is good and the service is excellent. No, food's great. Her teasing pout makes me add, the service even better. It's just, as easygoing as she is, I'm not sure how much of my weird personal life I want to share. Maybe it's the calm beauty of the park. This is embarrassing, but I had a big expense come up and I'm kind of broke at the moment. It's a humiliating admission, but she dismisses it with a wave of her hand, a gesture that only someone who's been there could produce. Ah, yeah, say money's the root of all evil. Actually, that's not what the quote is. It's actually the love of money is the root of all evil. Money itself is just a tool.
Are you saying that, you know, Mammon being the prince of sin? Are you saying that that was misattributed there, Professor? You know, Jesus
Like,
Christ, you know, talking about, you know, the golden, the golden idol.
yeah, because that's the thing. You can have money and be a good person. You could even be rich and be a good person. The point
Okay.
is, love of money will drive you to greed and corruption and becoming the Bill Gates Foundation.
All right, Professor, what are your thoughts on the entire, like, the only, you know, a camel has a greater chance of passing into, you know, the gate of heaven than, you know,
Uh,
a
it's easier
rich
for a
man?
camel to pass through an eye of a needle than a rich man to enter the gates of heaven. The
Yes.
very next verse is, but through the Lord all things are possible. Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
No, bro, I know you are. That's why I asked you. I'm not gonna be like, well, as you
No,
know,
no,
in the
no,
Gospel
no.
of Luke, and you'd be like, I'm sorry, what's a gospel?
If that ever happens, then you definitely have a doppelganger on your hands.
Okay, I know. All right, Snick. Why don't we go over behind the shed?
Ah, what are we
Let's talk
doing
about the
behind the
rabbit.
shed?
Why don't you look for the rabbits there, Snick?
Oh boy, I love rabbits.
Yes, I know you do, buddy.
As he levels the 12 gauge.
Dark. That's very dark.
First, I think,
Those of you who know.
yeah, it's like those who know, you know. First, I think tequila's a route to all evil. It's also tastier. Lady Troubles?
Hey-o.
Wow, that
This
obvious.
girl is based, and we should have taken her up. I'm just saying.
Pretty good at reading people. Besides, what else would it be? I smile. Guess Shimi counts as lady troubles. She pulls out a small makeup compact and checks her hair in its mirror. I've learned there are two kinds of problems in life, the kind you can solve and the kind you can't. There's no use worrying about things you can't solve because you can't solve them, and there's no use worrying about things you can solve because you can just solve them. Closing the compact, she shrugs. All you have to do is figure out which kind of problems you have. That is really good advice. So what kind of problems do I have? Where to start? Gotta go.
Well, you see,
It's
My
good seeing
friend is
you.
a total a-hole.
It's good seeing you. I think this is the distraction I needed. Waitress turns to look over at the couple picnicking, then nods and heads off in the direction of the restaurant. Was it a couple of weeks since I was at the restaurant? Longer? A month? Last time I was at the restaurant was when I had dinner with Goro. That was the night Shimi came to us. Strange for the life of me, I have no idea how much time has passed since then.
See, this is the problem.
That's not
Why
a
do you
really
not-
healthy way to go through life, bro.
Yes.
Doesn't seem
I
all
don't
that
know what
important.
day it is. MC Coon 2025.
I lean back, enjoying the sun on my face, the sounds of a happy couple picnicking and a little girl playing hopscotch. Quickly, I become lost in the chirps and whistles of a small flock of birds alighting in the nearby trees. The depths of the sounds are layered in a way I've never noticed before. Intense, like I was inside one of Claudia's nature shows, and every sound around me was independently measurable. Technically it is, but that's a physics lesson for another day. Deeper still, each voice...
Oh boy, it's time for physics with Professor Snek. Yeah.
Every chirp and lyrical squawk has weight. Sharp flits of wings, rolling rustle of leaves, a slight nuance of raucous bird song by several voices at once, all vivid, colorful. Shimi, somehow she fits into it too. The waitress holds a to-go bag from her restaurant. I feel like it's only been a minute since I closed my eyes, but clearly more time than that has passed. Bro, are you narcoleptic? What's going on here?
I have problems.
Yes, clearly. She hands me the bag before I can register that she's back or where the time went. What's this? Fire truck. Her response drips of Goro-level sarcasm. The weight of the to-go bag, her present to me, makes me happier than it probably should. I grin back, kind of small for a fire truck. Not small, it's fun size. A lot of awesome things come in small packages. She gets slightly animated and dons a small, fun-sized pose. Are we still talking about the fire truck? Just open it. Looking inside, there is no fire truck. Several dinner rolls and 2 containers. Do I look that pathetic, or is she just that nice? Like I said, I'm pretty good at reading people. You look like you could use a treat.
Hey, I'm just saying, you know, there are some places that have delicious dinner rolls.
That is true.
And I know that, you know, there are certain places that the professor would be like, I would may kill someone for a dinner roll.
I would literally commit murder for the right restaurant dinner roll. I'm just saying.
I might have to unalive someone and send them to Brazil, where they would be forced to learn Portuguese for a dinner roll.
Coconut, shrimp, and snow peas for you, and there's also some cat bread. You didn't have to do this. Rolls are a little stale. Toast them up and they'll be fine. I don't know what to say. Simple. Tell me how great I am. If you want to thank me, come by when you're not broken in the mood to leave a nice tip. Bring your lady. I tell her I will. It's a slight blush and a smile I give. Could you imagine showing up to a restaurant with a neko? Share the seared tuna, and my neko will have the tiramisu. I have to get back to work. Just one last thing. You come across as a decent guy who's a bit repressed. Don't be afraid to take a walk on the wild side now and again. She turns and leaves. Walk on the wild side? If she only knew. And you forgot to tell me how great I am. You're awesome.
You know, this is one of those things where she's like, yes, I do in fact bite.
What are you going to do about it? Crawl into the fetal position and weep.
Wood.
I call after her, my voice way too loud. The few people still in the park all look over at me. I don't really care, though.
You know what, Professor? Wood.
You love your wife who is the waitress?
Well, if we're talking human ladies, oh man, that's rough because Veronica is a cutie.
Oh yes,
And
she would be my pick, to be honest.
giant bitch as she is, Mia is actually really cute too.
Veronica would be my pick, hands down. Or in my case,
But
no hands down.
Waitress Chan is pretty cute, and also she's got the right attitude with her.
Yeah, I can
So-
see that.
Veronica, unfortunately, just I feel like I would tease her and she would immediately start folding. Waitress
Yeah.
Chan, she would probably tease me even worse. And
And
that-
it would just kind of feed off of each other. I see
you
that
know what?
working.
I'm just saying, I might have to up my teasing game.
I'm just saying, you know, my strategy is the same I use in Rune Factory 3, where I would gaslight Veronica by saying nice things about her and encouraging her and being helpful and doing nice things for her.
Oh, not throwing things she likes at her at high speed.
throwing things that she loves the most at full speed.
Diamond ring!
Orange grass, red grass, random grasses that grow in my yard.
What is wrong with you?
Lots of things, but that's besides the point. Opening the first container, the coconut shrimp and snow peas smell delicious. They taste even better. There are two kinds of problems in life. The kinds you can solve and the kinds you can't. Don't worry about the things you can't solve, and solve the things you can. My problems? Mia and Shimi. Mia's her own problem. Not much I can do to solve her. She solved herself when she left. With her 2 bags!
Again?
Shimi is my
Good
problem.
Lord.
No, he didn't actually say that this time. I can keep doing what I'm doing, try to expand our connection, or I can accept that being close to the Pharaoh is a fantasy and let her go. Let her go? I'm not sure I know how to do that now. Part of her is ingrained in me. Sounds crazy, but I feel it. I know it's true. Magical.
I think at this point you kind of have to accept that Shimi is yours.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing,
Nope.
but that is just a thing.
At home, there's, of course, no Mia, no flower earrings, and I'm fairly certain no Jabberwocky, Kalu Calais. That's a reference to the poem of the Jabberwocky.
You know what's funny? There is no, if you actually read the Jabberwocky poem, there is no description of the Jabberwocky.
Nope.
And honestly, there is no description of what a Vorpal sword does, apart from the fact that it apparently decapitates said Jabberwocky.
It's
And so everyone
apparently
assumes,
just, you know, a really good sword, evidently.
ah, yes, that means it decapitates things good. No, not technically,
Not
but, you know.
necessarily. I mean, the entire point was to illustrate a meaning by using words that are nonsense by using familiar sounds. I mean, it's a pretty fun little poem. I actually memorized it for a speech class in high school. So,
Beware the Jabberwock, my son.
yep. Hey girls, come eat. I have some yummy cat bread. They all come right away. Claudia Shadow Shimi seems less standoffish than she was earlier. Shimi sits with us for dinner. She tastes a bit of food around her plate with a spork, unable to get it onto the utensil. Her building frustration is matched by Pepper's growing amusement. Cheating, Shimi uses a finger to push food onto the spork. Pepper's snickering swells, bursting into laughter, and the bit of fish Shimi managed to capture on the spork drops back onto the plate right as she touches her lips. Bah! It's the final straw. Shimi's face flushes red in a way I know all too well. Her fisted hand slams the spork into the bite of food, venting all her exasperation upon it. The thin ceramic plate explodes into several pieces. The force of her strike drives the spork through the fish plate and into the table. As things settle around her, Shimi's shock at her own outburst causes her to quickly rise and back away. She looks at each of us and then to the back door. Shimi turns and races down the hallway. She slides the closet door shut behind her. Difficult, not sleeping, not anymore, roused. My nerves are too afraid to unpuzzle Claudia's words. Pepper looks at me sheepishly. You now. Me? What did I do? She started acting this way last night. I don't even know what I did. No, Shimi, tired. Wants to sleep. Can't now. Never can. Never again. Needs you. That is the most I've heard Claudia say at one time. I know what she's telling me has nothing to do with actual sleep. She's... Okay. Okay. At risk of coming upon an actual ending, this is where we need to stop for now, and that's a very awkward beat to leave this video off on, so that's great. The chapter is called Chicks, am I right? Okay, so we are about to check in on Shimi, and this feels like we're heading towards some kind of finality in the storyline. I could be wrong because this game's already been several times the length I suspected it would be, and the impression I'm under, and the devs can correct me if I'm wrong, is the decision we made, like way back the first night Shimi was in our house, set us on her path. Because like we've not had a meaningful choice since then. So, it's just very interesting to me. I'm curious if that was actually the causal factor or not, but I guess we'll see. Bless you.
That makes sense.
Lady Lila was sneezing as she passed me by.
Oh.
But, no, this is, Claudia's definitely trying to explain to us that something is happening. And again, it feels like it's moving us towards a conclusion. So thank you, Drunk Taku, for accompanying me on this cat journey.
Pleasure.
And we're going to see all you guys next time.